prequel to Hannibal.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's something glowing in there.
Yes. Whoa. I almost went down to the pit. I almost took a tumble down to that pit. Oh my goodness.
There's something in there.
Are you serious?
Yes. You didn't hear that? Remember, it's playing dead now.
Ooh, do you feel that?
Yes. Cold chills. Have you made it enough? There's a waterfall.
Waterfall. Be careful, I don't want you to take a mud bath.
It's a Sherman-sized waterfall.
You found a baby waterfall. Except that's not a waterfall.
What is that?
It's a spring.
It's a spring.
That's a natural spring that comes from the rock. And this is where the old-time pioneers of the 1800s came for water.
Wow.
Interesting rock bridge.
Does this run into the Big Blue River?
I believe the Little Blue River is not far away. But this water source comes from deep within the rock. You heard something moving back here, you say?
Yes. I did.
Yeah, well, you can play that game. Oh, I do see. I do see. Hey, I want to show you something.
Okay.
Do you see these carvings? These were made by pioneers in wagon trains.
Does that say 1781 on it? 1781. No way.
Waterville is an old railroad depot in northern Kansas, near the convergence of the Little Blue and Big Blue rivers. The nearest landmark to the east is Alcove Spring, a popular watering spot for pioneers on the Oregon Trail, and you can still see their names carved in the rock, including Sarah Keyes, a member of the Donner Party, who died suddenly and was buried there. Perhaps this final resting place was a merciful fate, considering her companions got lost in the wintry Rocky Mountains and turned to cannibalizing the dead. The area's second death came in 1870 in the ghost town of Strawberry, Kansas, when a woman named Catherine Myers was shot dead by a cattle rancher who found her in the field outside his house. She was attacking his livestock. He said that he saw her turn into a wolf. In the late 1800s, the Missouri Pacific Railroad laid 100 miles of track going west to the newly formed town and terminal of Waterville, Kansas. And in 1905, a magnificent 3-story hotel was established for Western travelers. The Weaver Hotel and Restaurant, situated across the street from the train station, was a marvelously appointed parlor and waiting room, with fine dining and a game room downstairs, and lodging in the upper levels. In the evenings, railcar passengers could also step across the street and enjoy live theater shows at the Waterville Opera House. Because of its impressive hotel and cosmopolitan amenities, the Weaver House was heralded as the pride of the Central Line, and it was especially popular with traveling preachers and salesmen. During the glory days of 1905 to 1925, Waterville had a 700 population, a telephone system, an elevator in the hotel, 3 banks, and a silent movie theater. The most violent episode in town history occurred on the night of December 29th, 1910, when the Wymore Beatty gang out of Kansas City robbed 2 banks at once, making off with over $7,000. The robbers used dynamite and blasting caps to blow open the vault doors. But within moments, citizens of the town appeared in the city streets with guns and started shooting, including Mr. Weaver's uncle and the bank president. Over 100 shots were fired in the ensuing gunfight that night, and the bullet holes can still be seen all over town to this day. Unfortunately, the villains had cut the phone line when they arrived, and so backup never came. The criminals absconded into the night, their getaway car found dumped in a pond the next day. Over time, the railroad system changed, and realities on the ground changed too. The Central Express was diverted to other stations, and the town of Waterville grew quiet, an antiquated footnote of a once flourishing frontier. However, it almost seems as if the 1903 Opera House and the Weaver Hotel have been frozen in time. And down to this day, over 100 years later, they continue to entertain and host visitors. There are stories here of a ghost, and many guests have encountered an invisible spirit who plays tricks on them. Small items like car keys or coffee cups sat down on the fireplace mantel that get misplaced or even swatted away. We don't know why. Also, visitors have found when re-entering a room, someone had turned pictures around facing away, or even picture frames on the wall turned upside down. These acts of mischief are recurring and well reported. There are 3 prevailing theories for the haunting of Weaver House. Some say a workman long ago had fallen in love with the hotel owner's wife, and in his heart's anguish, jumped to his death from the 3rd story. Though we could not pin down if he was love-struck by the wife of William E. Weaver or the subsequent owner, Mr. Thompson. Others believe it's the ghost of Mrs. Thompson herself, saddled with guilt for the King Kong-like demise of this poor fellow. Or the jealous Mr. Thompson, still fuming and clamoring in his smoking jacket and slippers these long years later. Mr. and Mrs. Thompson were extremely wealthy and procured many rare and exquisite objects from all over the world, including a large array of Native American relics, which they once displayed in the town museum and are now stored in the 3rd level of the Weaver building. Some in Waterville questioned the decision to keep retaining these superstitious items. And tonight, we will be investigating all these clues as we do a full-scale lockdown, alone in the empty hotel. We'll be setting up electronic paranormal equipment in the master bedroom and living quarters of the former owners, Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, in an attempt to unmask the ghost of the Weaver Hotel.
want to get in there and operate that thing.
You want to get in that little engine and take off?
Yeah.
You want to put on a little conductor outfit, huh?
I have my conductor shorts on, but I forgot my hat.
Perfect size buggy for you. Perfect size track.
All aboard!
The Weaver Hotel.
Nigel Saloon.
Nigel Saloon, wise guy.
Dang it.
Nigel Saloon.
Oh, it's more fun when you misread something than you can make it say whatever you want.
Nigel Saloon. Captain Crunch. Tonight we shall be investigating the Thompson Suite. It was the personal residence of the original owners of this hotel, who passed away.
That's why they had the fancy tub.
Yep. They were fancy.
They were fancy. The decor's fancy.
And let's grab a couple of those sodas. Did you see this tapestry?
Go.
A lot of creaks since we came in here. We haven't been moving around that much. Oh my word. Very dark down this way. Better check it out.
Oh my gosh. How creepy.
Awfully shadowy around here. Chained off staircase. How strange. Hit 2. So far, we've seen a lot of dark shadows.
It's a ballroom. People dancing.
Yes. Very chilly place for a ghost.
Look at that face.
Oh my.
Oh my word.
We may be getting clues as to what goes on here at night.
Look at the eyes of that. Mr. Weaver.
I'm watching you. Oh, wow. Yes, that is actual history. 110 years ago. Oh, look at this. This is a bullet hole.
Wow.
From a bank robbery that went bad 110 years ago.
No way.
Yep. This is the original window.
Is the bank on the street somewhere?
Yep.
Oh my god.
They did a bank job around the corner there downtown. And things got out of control and the shooting started.
Wow. That's cool.
Yes, it's in this book over here. Notorious Kansas Bank Heists.
Wow.
And they resorted to explosives to get the job done.
It's so exciting! You tricked me.
I tricked you?
You didn't tell me this hotel was going to be this beautiful.
What you getting into now?
This is where they put the corpses.
This is where the ghost gets into at night.
Wait here at night.
The little puppy by the fireplace.
Very lovely establishment. So here we have a beautiful bouquet of flowers, and we have some fancy pottery here. And I cannot wait to do some more exploring.
Do you think there might be a ghost in this building?
Absolutely.
A fancy ghost.
I think it's a ghost that just likes this hotel.
We've got a long night of work ahead of us. We are after a ghost, and he's gonna get busted tonight.
Good.
I think he's been getting away with a lot of stuff for a long time. But the jig is up. A lot of strawberry shortcake has gone missing over the years. And huckleberry pie. Many dishes of huckleberry pie have gone missing. Yes, a town full of kitties. Hey, where's he going? You got rejected. Says, well, I don't know if I have time for this. Oh, there goes one. There goes one. Wow, he took off. Wow. Oh, wow, there's a lot of kitties.
It's like a refuge for kitties. It's a kitty refuge.
They're all buddies and they love to hang out.
Oh, there's another one back here.
Ah, that's a cubby area they hang out in. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Wow.
You have to get this shot of the kitties. Great kitty sanctuary, huh?
This is Kitty Kingdom. Ding dong. Look at this collection of birdhouses.
Lanterns and birdhouses. Oh my.
I'm starting to understand why the kitties like it here so much. They call this the drive-through.
Well, this is where the Keebler elves live. This is where they have their breakfast. Look at all the little houses they live in. I'm tall as you now.
Not for long. So don't get any ideas. A town of weird noises. Boy, I sure hope nothing's around this corner. I've already been scared out of my wits today. Ah!
Wow!
This is it, Alcove Spring. The Donner Party of Old West infamy
Are you
came right through this area. Yes, they camped here. A doomed expedition. Do you see these carvings? These were made by pioneers in wagon trains.
Does that say 1781 on it? 1781. No way.
I think we're actually reading this upside down. It says JF 1871. Do you see?
Oh.
I'm imagining that this rock fell over. This rock may have been upright at one point and then fell down this way. That is an 1871 date.
Wow, it is.
Unfortunately, one of the Donner Party did not make it. This is their final resting place.
Oh, wow.
A woman who was part of the journey lost her life here and was laid to rest. Maybe it was for the best, considering what was ahead. The fates seem to have spared her. Man, watch yourself here. My goodness. Tumble down the hill like Jack and Jill.
You be Jill.
I don't think so.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. It's like this bridge gave way. Oh wow. We had a bridge collapse. Goodness. It's like where they bottle Evian water.
If it was warm rice. Can't go on, right?
Thinking about the deluxe nachos. Or maybe a taco. How's my hair look?
I'm gonna sing this to you on our anniversary.
I think there's a lot of history going on at that motel.
Oh, we're gonna get some equipment out tonight.
Yeah, we're going to attempt to get to the bottom of some things. And it may even get psychic. We'll see what happens. This looks like a home run.
All right,
No,
Tom,
it's
what
not
do
what the taste says.
Okay, let's see it.
Did it have to be this good? Oh. I told them to make it good, not this good. This good. Oh. It's from the older country of Italy.
I'm not the house.
Yes, you are. What was that? What is that sound? Where is it coming from? It seems the mystery is afoot. And the investigation is just beginning. Ooh. This time we have a surprise in store for the ghost. We brought along some ghost detecting equipment here. This is a motion detector. All we have to do is attach it between point A and point B, and any ghosts, any shadow people, any dark mists or apparitions that move through the room, this thing will light up like a Christmas tree. And it comes with an alarm bell.
You're so sweet and tired right now.
And here we go. We got some hot equipment here. And look, I think the ghost that's in this building isn't gonna be expecting this at all. I think he has gotten away with his hijinks for a long time. And he has never gotten busted, and he has never gotten called out. It changes tonight. And he likes to twist objects upside down. He likes to turn cups upside down. He likes to push cups off of tables. He likes to. His big thing is he likes to turn pictures on the wall and make them crooked. And ever since we've got here, we've seen crooked pictures. He does it during the night.
Yeah, you just straightened both of these.
Yes, I felt I had to because this is a revered family of town, the Thompsons. They are deceased, and their picture was tilted to one side. We came in, so we corrected it. This was also, I just couldn't have that, so straightened it out. But we've seen some other objects that have been askew, and so I think that is the handiwork of our main man. These objects belong to the Thompsons. Mr. and Mrs. Thompson lived here from 1963 until 1980. Their house, their Victorian furniture, and their collection of Indian objects were left to the people of Watersville.
Wow.
That is an interesting footnote.
That is.
They were collectors of strange objects, and they wanted the legacy of those objects to continue.
They did the right thing because they are continuing. It is 10 o'clock at night. We're the only ones in this hotel.
The hotel is empty. The investigation begins improper at 10 p.m. Alright, I'm gonna laser this hallway. Alright, buddy, it's time to play.
Oh, it looks like a figure.
I'm moving in close.
There's a shadow person. There's still a shadow. There's a big break in it.
Oh, you know what I think? Do you see that the light photons are catching the very tips and edges of that tall brush that's standing there? Do you see this? Do you see this tall plant here?
Oh, that's very spooky.
That got me for a minute when I saw the light particles catching on that.
It looks like a shadow.
Yeah, that looked like someone moving. I think this room is clear. This hallway, I'm not so sure about. Did you notice this?
Oh, it's crooked. And fix it.
Just correct that. Look like somebody's handiwork.
Mr. Weaver likes crooked paintings.
Alright, I'm gonna laser this area too. We're in the grand dining room now. Hans is doing a full sweep of the room.
Chicken pecan quiche.
I'm having a hard time picturing that.
Rhubarb cake. 1905. They're keeping with the 1905 menu.
That's what it seems like. Cracker Barrel meatloaf. Sure. Chicken pecan quiche is that's kind of where I jump ship.
Pecans and eggs together?
Chicken pecan quiche. Rhubarb cake. That's another one I'm having a hard time with.
Are you serious? We just came around the corner.
I hope you have the film where you filmed these yesterday where they were.
Oh, I do. Yes, we came through here yesterday. It seemed like all was completely normal. And now, as we present to you our final report, we heard unsettling noises come from outside the hotel, an emanation from an empty building on the corner of the town square. We also discovered multiple pictures askew, and perhaps the old wooden structure leaves hang pictures sagging from time to time. But we were startled to find the 3 paintings on the grand staircase had gone completely crooked overnight, when they seemed to be in order the evening before. There is a feeling in this old faded glory, a sense of unrequited yearning, as if something or someone wants what they love so much it fills the room with aching. Maybe a carpenter whose lovesick heart threw him to his doom. Perhaps Miss Johnson loved her home and hearth so much she simply cannot leave her belongings behind. Or maybe there's more than one ghost operating here. And maybe one of them is a puckish little sprite, included among the curios stored in the attic upstairs, waiting to show off his bag of tricks to each new guest that arrives. Anyway, thank you all for coming along. We hope you have a mysterious evening. Good night.